The truth about being ignored. You sent a text, no reply. You check your phone, wondering what went wrong. Maybe she's busy, maybe she lost interest, or maybe she's just testing you. The worst thing you can do right now is panic. If you've ever found yourself overthinking, waiting, or feeling frustrated when a woman ignores you, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to handle this situation like a man in control. No games, no desperation, just pure confidence and self-mastery. By the end of this, you won't just know how to respond, you'll understand how to turn the tables and come out stronger than ever. Let's dive in. 1. The emotional trap. Why her silence feels like a personal attack. You've been there before. You meet a woman you really like. You hit it off, and the conversation flows effortlessly. Everything seems to be going great until one day, she stops responding. You send a text, no reply. You wait a few hours, maybe a day, still nothing. Meanwhile, you see her posting on social media, clearly active, but your message, left on read. At first, you brush it off. Maybe she's busy, maybe she forgot, but as more time passes, the silence starts eating away at you. Your mind goes into overdrive, analyzing every past interaction, searching for a reason. Did I say something wrong? Was I too eager? Not interesting enough? You resist the urge to double text, but the anxiety builds. The more you wait, the worse it gets. Here's the thing. This reaction is completely normal. We, as humans, crave closure and validation. When someone we like ignores us, it feels like a rejection of who we are. But here's what most guys don't realize. Her silence is rarely about you. It could be a test, a power move, or simply that she's distracted by her own life. Either way, the worst thing you can do is spiral into self-doubt. Instead of letting her silence dictate your emotions, flip the script, take a deep breath, remind yourself of your worth, and focus on what you can control. Because the moment you stop needing her response, you take back your power. 2. Women test men. The silent challenge. Imagine this. You've been texting a woman. Everything seems to be going great. She's engaged, laughing at your jokes, maybe even throwing in a few flirty emojis. Then suddenly, radio silence. No reply, no explanation, just nothing. At first, you think, maybe she's busy, but as hours turn into days, you start questioning everything. Did you come on too strong? Did she lose interest? Is she talking to someone else? The truth? She's testing you. Now, this isn't some calculated, villainous scheme. It's more subconscious than that. Women, whether they realize it or not, test men to see how they handle uncertainty. Will you freak out? Will you chase after her, blowing up her phone with, "Hey, did I do something wrong?" messages? Or will you stay calm, cool, and collected? Here's the reality. When a woman goes silent, she's watching how you respond. If you panic, she knows she has control over you. If you remain unfazed, she starts wondering, why isn't he reacting? Why isn't he chasing me like every other guy? The key is to pass the test without even playing the game. Don't double text. Don't overanalyze. Instead, focus on yourself, your goals, and your own life. When you show her that her silence doesn't shake you, you become more attractive, not just to her, but to anyone who values confidence and emotional control. 3. The power of your response. Why how you react changes everything. Let's say you text a woman you're interested in. You've been talking for a while. Things seem promising, but suddenly, she stops replying. Hours pass, then a day, then 2. You keep checking your phone, hoping for that little notification. But nothing. At this point, you have 2 choices. Option 1. You let the silence consume you. You overthink every past conversation. Scroll through her social media to see if she's active, and maybe even send a follow-up text that reads something like, "Hey, did I do something wrong?" Spoiler alert. That's the worst move you can make. Or, option 2. You do nothing. You recognize that her response, or lack of one, is beyond your control. Instead of spiraling, you focus on the one thing you can control, your reaction. This is where most guys get it wrong. They assume a woman's silence is a personal attack. But in reality, it's just part of the game of modern dating. People get busy, they lose interest, they test your confidence, Whatever the reason, your job is to remain unshaken. Because here's the truth. The way you respond dictates your value. A man who reacts emotionally gives away his power. A man who remains calm, confident, and focused on his own life? That's the guy women respect and chase. 4. The power of doing nothing. Why silence is your best move. Imagine this. You've been texting a woman. The conversation is going well. And suddenly, she vanishes. No response. No explanation. Just silence. Your gut reaction? You feel the urge to do something. Maybe send another text, check her social media, or try to figure out what went wrong. But here's the reality. The most powerful move you can make is to do absolutely nothing. I know it sounds counterintuitive. We're wired to think that taking action is always the answer. But in this case, action, especially the wrong kind, only makes things worse. Double texting? It makes you look needy. Asking her why she's ignoring you? It hands her all the power. But when you do nothing, when you stay unfazed, you send a completely different message. I am not affected by your silence. My life goes on. Think about it. The moment you stop reacting, she starts wondering, why isn't he chasing? Did he lose interest? Is he seeing someone else? Suddenly, the power dynamic shifts. And here's the best part. Whether she comes back or not, you win. Why? Because instead of wasting energy on someone who isn't prioritizing you, you've kept your dignity intact and focused on what truly matters, yourself. Silence isn't weakness, it's strength. And when you master the art of doing nothing, you take control, not just in dating, but in life. 5. Shift the focus to yourself. Become the man she can't ignore. Let's be real, when a woman ignores you, it's easy to get caught in a loop of overthinking. You sit there staring at your phone, waiting for that reply, wondering what went wrong. But here's the hard truth. You're wasting valuable energy on something you can't control. Instead of obsessing over her silence, it's time to do something far more powerful. Shift the focus back to yourself. Think about the last time you were truly locked in on a goal. Maybe you were hitting the gym consistently, working on a passion project, or crushing it at work. During that time, were you worried about whether someone texted you back? Probably not. Why? Because you were too busy becoming the best version of yourself. That's the mindset you need right now. Her ignoring you isn't a setback, it's an opportunity. Use this time to level up. Hit the gym. Start that side hustle. Pick up a new skill, whatever makes you stronger, smarter, and more confident. The more you invest in yourself, the less her silence even matters. And here's the kicker. The more you focus on yourself, the more attractive you become. Women are drawn to men who are on a mission, not men who sit around waiting for a text. So instead of chasing, start building. When you make yourself the priority, you naturally become the kind of man that people, not just women, want to be around. 6. Reverse psychology and power dynamics. Why ignoring her back works. You send a text, no response. You wait a few hours, then a day, still nothing. The urge to send a follow-up creeps in. Maybe she didn't see it? Maybe she forgot? But here's the reality. She saw it. And now, whether consciously or not, she's waiting to see what you'll do next. Most guys panic. They double text, ask if they did something wrong, or try to win her attention back. But all that does is hand her all the power. She now knows you're waiting on her, craving a response, and that puts her in control. The smarter move? Ignore her right back, not out of pettiness, not to play games, but to show that you are completely unfazed. Instead of seeking her validation, you shift your energy elsewhere, your fitness, your career, your passions. And here's the interesting part. When you stop chasing, she starts noticing. Think about it. People want what they feel they can't have. If she expected you to keep pursuing her and suddenly you don't, she starts to wonder, why isn't he texting me? Did he lose interest? Is he seeing someone else? That's when the power dynamic flips. By doing nothing, you shift from the one seeking attention to the one in control. And ironically, that's when she's most likely to come back, because confidence, not desperation, is what truly attracts. 7. Stay calm and unbothered. The ultimate power move. Imagine this. You text a woman. She doesn't reply. Hours pass. Then a day. Maybe even 2. You start feeling that little knot of anxiety in your stomach. Did I say something wrong? Should I send another message? Stop, breathe, and do absolutely nothing. Most guys panic when they feel ignored. They get frustrated, they overthink, and worst of all, they react emotionally, sending desperate follow-ups or even angry messages. And guess what? That's the exact moment they lose all their power. Here's what confident men do instead. They stay calm. They don't let a single unanswered text shake them because they understand one simple truth. Their value isn't determined by someone else's response. Think about the most respected men in any field: athletes, CEOs, artists. Do you think they're sitting around worrying about why someone isn't texting them back? Of course not. They're too busy handling business, staying focused, and living their lives. That's the mindset you need to adopt. If a woman ignores you, see it as a test of your emotional control. Instead of reacting, redirect that energy into something productive. Hit the gym, work on your goals, or simply enjoy your life. Because the moment you show that you're truly unbothered, you become the kind of man people, women included, naturally gravitate toward. Calmness is power, and power is irresistible. 8. Detach from the outcome. The key to true confidence. Let's say you meet a woman, hit it off, and start texting. The conversation flows. She seems interested until suddenly, she stops responding. Your brain kicks into overdrive. Did I say something wrong? Should I text again? What if she's losing interest? Here's where most guys mess up. They get too attached to the outcome. They start believing that getting a reply, securing another date, or keeping her attention is the ultimate goal. And that mindset? It puts all the power in her hands. Now, imagine a different scenario. You send a text, and if she replies, great. If she doesn't, also great. Why? Because you don't need her response to validate your worth. You're still focused on your goals, your passions, and your own personal growth. You know that one person's attention, or lack of it, doesn't define you. Think of it like a job interview. The moment you desperately need the job, employers can sense it, but when you walk in knowing that you bring value, whether they hire you or not, the energy shifts in your favor. The same applies to dating. When you detach from the outcome, you stop chasing, you stop waiting, and ironically, that's when you become the most attractive, because nothing is more magnetic than a man who is genuinely happy, with or without her. 9. Mastering life, not just dating. The bigger picture. Let's be honest, most guys focus way too much on women. They obsess over texts, overanalyze signals, and stress about whether or not she likes them. But here's a reality check. Winning in dating isn't about impressing women, it's about mastering your life. Think about the most successful men you know. The guys who have a sense of purpose, who are on a mission. Are they sitting around waiting for a reply? Are they losing sleep over whether some woman is into them? No. They're out there grinding, building their careers, improving their bodies, leveling up in every aspect of life. And that energy? It's attractive. Women don't chase guys who chase them. They chase men who are already chasing greatness. When you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, dating stops being a struggle. Women naturally gravitate toward men who exude confidence, ambition, and self-respect. So instead of worrying about whether she texts back, shift your mindset. What are you doing to improve yourself today? Are you in the gym? Are you working on a skill that sets you apart? Are you creating a life that excites you, with or without her? Because here's the truth. When you master your life, the right people will want to be a part of it. Not just women, but everyone who respects strength, confidence, and purpose. 10. Take action now. Stop waiting. Start building. You've made it this far, which means you understand the game now. You know that chasing, overthinking, and waiting around for a text won't get you anywhere. But knowing isn't enough. You have to act. Ask yourself this. If you keep doing what you've always done, where will you be a year from now? Still waiting for people to validate you? Still letting a woman's silence dictate your confidence? Or will you be the guy who took control, who built a life so fulfilling that whether she texts back or not doesn't even matter? The choice is yours. Every successful man you admire didn't get there by sitting on the sidelines. They put in the work. They hit the gym when they didn't feel like it. They took risks. They invested in themselves. And because of that, They became men who demand attention without even trying. So here's your challenge. Start today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. Hit the gym. Work on that side hustle. Learn something new. Build a lifestyle so strong that people, including women, can't help but notice. Because at the end of the day, confidence isn't something you fake, it's something you earn. And when you truly master yourself, the world takes notice. So stop waiting. Start moving. Your future self will thank you. Now that you know the truth, it's time to stop waiting and start acting. If you take one thing away from this, let it be this. Your value is not defined by whether or not she texts back. Your confidence, your purpose, and your personal growth matter more than any single interaction. So here's your next step. Commit to focusing on yourself. Hit the gym. Chase your goals. Build a life that excites you. The moment you do that, you'll realize that whether she replies or not doesn't even matter. If you're serious about mastering your emotions, relationships, and life, make sure to subscribe and join a community of men who are leveling up every day. Don't just consume this advice, live it. Take control now.